favorite auntie is back to straighten out America. Because America needs me. Lord, have mercy.
They're buying $50 billion worth of farm product, and they did it when I was president. And as soon as I left, they stopped doing it because there was nobody in Biden to.
Every state in America. I didn't know you was allowed to run for the president while you was already running from the po-po.
Trump's poll numbers might be rising, but his blood pressure just hit the roof. Leslie Jones, armed with nothing but a mic and a truckload of jokes, just took on the biggest ego in politics. And boy, did she leave a mark. Remember when Trump suggested we nuke hurricanes? Well, Leslie's roast just created a Category 5 storm in Mar-a-Lago. The only thing Trump's grabbing now is his phone to tweet angry responses. Looks like someone can't handle a taste of their own medicine.
Is the leading candidate? Can you believe he is the leading candidate? What the America? I know the pandemic wasn't Trump's fault, but Trump made it worse every chance he got. Don't you people remember the kind of advice he was giving us?
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
Man, this dude can't even tell the truth about genies. The one thing we know...
For a lot of reasons. Number one was the border. Number two was inflation, because I had almost no inflation. And yet I charged hundreds of billions of dollars of tax.
So who's this Leslie Jones character that's got Trump's toupee in a twist? Well, buckle up Buttercup, because she's not your average comedian. Leslie's a former SNL star who's now hosting The Daily Show, and she's using that platform to roast the orange turd like a Thanksgiving turkey.
Is the dude that is saying shit like this.
Donald Trump echoed the dangerous language of infamous fascists.
And guess what? America is on the path to doing something really, really stupid.
Picture this. Leslie's on stage, mic in hand, ready to tear into Trump's poll numbers faster than he tears into a bucket of KFC. She's not holding back, folks. Leslie's going after everything from Trump's bleach injection ideas to his brilliant plan to nuke hurricanes.
About throwing his opponents in jail when he literally should be in jail.
These comments from President Trump on the United Kingdom and European Union follows a furious backlash to his announcement of levies.
It's like watching David take on Goliath, if David had a killer sense of humor and Goliath had tiny hands. Leslie's jokes are hitting Trump harder than his golf ball hits the green, when he's not cheating, that is. She's pointing out how his rising poll numbers are about as reliable as his hair in a strong wind.
Have the attention spans anymore, but how can you forget the man who wanted to nuke a hurricane? That actually happened.
The European Union has treated us so terribly.
You promised Americans to try to reduce costs, and so many of the products.
And let's be real, the only thing Trump's presidency was good for was late-night comedy material. Leslie's just cashing in on 4 years of absurdity. But here's the kicker. Leslie's not just going for cheap laughs. She's using humor to expose the dangerous ideas and incompetence that defined Trump's time in office. It's like she's holding up a mirror to America and saying, hey, remember when this guy was in charge? Let's not do that again, okay? Now, you might be wondering, how's old Donnie Diapers taking all this? About as well as he takes any criticism, with the grace and dignity of a toddler having a meltdown in the cereal aisle. Trump's probably furiously tweeting or whatever he does on that knockoff Twitter of his, faster than he can say café. But here's the thing, Leslie Jones is proving that laughter can be a powerful weapon against political nonsense.
Think that Trump would win.
What the is wrong with her?
She's taking on the biggest ego in politics with nothing but her wit and a microphone, and she's winning. It's like watching a comedy David slay a political Goliath with a slingshot loaded with punchlines. Looks like our favorite orange turd just got flushed down the comedy toilet. Trump's having a full-blown meltdown, and it's all thanks to Leslie Jones and her killer jokes. Who knew a few well-timed punchlines could make the big bad Trump throw a tantrum like a toddler who just got his lollipop taken away?
Oh, and the beat still hasn't dropped. Drop the f***ing beat, DJ Andre! I gotta go get some sleep!
Well, we're gonna see what happens. It'll happen. But we're gonna fight. We'll see how things work out.
So what happens when you poke the bear? Or in this case, the grumpy Trumpy? Well, buckle up, folks, because it's about to get wild. Trump's initial reaction to Jones's roast was about as mature as you'd expect from a guy who thinks windmills cause cancer. He fired off a barrage of angry tweets faster than you can say kofef, calling Jones's comedy vicious and unfair. Aw, did someone hurt the big baby's feelings? But Trump didn't stop there. Oh no, he had to take it to the next level. He started ranting and raving like a lunatic, his face probably turning a shade of red that would make a tomato jealous. You could almost see the steam coming out of his ears as he tried to defend his brilliant ideas like injecting bleach to fight COVID. Yeah, because that worked out so well, right?
Disaster coming from a mile away and nobody is stopping it. Every time I turn on the news, I'm shouting at the screen like, this man is calling American citizens vermin, when he is literally the definition of vermin.
Jones's jokes about Trump's presidency seem to have struck a real nerve. It's like she found the self-destruct button on Trump's ego and decided to play whack-a-mole with it. And boy, is Trump feeling the heat. He's acting like a kid who just found out Santa isn't real, confused, angry, and ready to sue the North Pole. But here's the kicker, Trump's tantrum might just be proving Jones's point about how unfit he is for office. I mean, if a comedian can get under his skin this easily, imagine how he'd handle actual political pressure. It's like watching a house of cards collapse in slow motion, except the cards are covered in spray tan and bad hair dye.
But we entertain ourselves by watching documentaries of serial killers.
So what does all this mean for the 2024 election? Well, Jones isn't just cracking jokes for the heck of it. She's using humor to remind voters of the chaos and incompetence that define Trump's presidency. It's like she's holding up a mirror to America and saying, hey, remember this guy? Let's not do that again, okay? Jones argues that if Trump can't handle a little comedic criticism, he's got no business running the country. And you know what? She might be onto something. If Trump's flying off the handle because of a few jokes, how's he gonna handle things like, oh, I don't know, a global pandemic or international diplomacy? So there you have it, the ultimate showdown between the comedy queen and the orange buffoon.
All night scrolling onto our phone until it falls on our damn face. We know we should take care of our mental health.
Leslie Jones just proved that laughter is the best medicine for a sick democracy. She's not just cracking jokes, she's cracking open our eyes to the mess we narrowly escaped. But here's the real punchline. If Trump can't handle a few zingers from a comedian, how's he gonna handle running a country? It's like expecting a toddler to perform brain surgery. Funny to imagine, terrifying in reality. So next time you're in the voting booth, remember this epic roast. Maybe the real joke is thinking Trump could handle the presidency again. And speaking of jokes, don't forget to check out our next video where Jimmy Kimmel uncovers Trump's debate farting incident. Talk about silent but deadly.